My in-laws thought I was an illegal immigrant, not knowing I owned their apartment complex. My wife's family never understood my job. In their eyes, I was just a dirty Mexican accountant who secretly ran an illegal Darag ring. What they didn't realize is that the amazing apartment they'd found for $100 a month wasn't an accident. It was owned by me. You see, I knew my wife would feel extremely guilty if she knew how much money I was saving for our future family, so I simply kept it a secret. I thought being in close proximity would help us bond and finally be a family together. But instead, things got worse. The harassment started small. Her mother accidentally threw out my work papers, claiming she thought they were trash. Probably forged anyway, she muttered when I fished them from the garbage. Her father would leave ICE deportation statistics on the kitchen counter, circled in red marker. Sarah tried defending me, but they'd pat her hand sympathetically, like she was a victim of Stockholm Syndrome. I wasn't even Mexican. I was Honduran. And in my country, you never speak back to your in-laws. But the more I didn't retaliate, the worse it got. They'd switch to speaking about me in hushed tones, assuming I couldn't understand complex English. Poor Sarah, pregnant with the baby of an idiosyncratic. Her mother sighed over coffee. These people know exactly what they're doing. Get a white girl pregnant, then claim they can't be deported. At dinner, whenever illegal immigrants came on the news, they'd turn the volume up all the way while staring directly at me. When I reached for seconds, her father would say, "In America, we work for our food. We don't just take and take." My jaw ached from clenching it. Just give them more time, I told myself over and over. But then came the night of the Super Bowl. I brought over homemade chicken Alfredo and a huge charcuterie board, their favorite. But when we walked in, they didn't even thank me. Instead, her mom shoved her hands right into my coat pocket and took out my wallet. "You never know when someone might need to identify him," she said to Sarah, while photographing my driver's license and work ID. I saw tears welling up in Sarah's eyes, and I subtly rubbed the small of her back. Our sign for, "It's okay, I love you." For a while after that, everything was good. Me and Sarah's dad were cheering and booing the same sports teams. Meanwhile, her mom looked like she was having an organism from how good my chicken Alfredo tasted. It wasn't until I went to the bathroom that things really took a turn, because on the way back, her father cornered me, breath stinking of whiskey. "I know your type," he slurred, "using my daughter for a green card. But I'm watching you, Juan. My name is Miguel." He knew that. By that point, I knew if I didn't leave, then I'd do something I'd regret. So I started packing up all my shit, and Sarah was already zipping up her coat. That's when her father stood up, face red with triumph. "We've had enough. We know you're illegal. The way you sneak around, never talking about family back home. You're probably running from something." Her mother nodded eagerly. "We've compiled evidence. Sarah deserves better than some criminal immigrant." Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. I went to open it, thinking it was a family friend, but instead, it was three men in all blue, with the word ICE written across their bulletproof vests. My heart dropped. Her parents rushed to greet them, pointing at me excitedly. "He's right there! The illegal! We have evidence!" I stood slowly, pulling out my wallet. "Officers, I'm Miguel Fernandez. I own this building." I showed them my ID and the deed I kept in my wallet for emergencies. "These are my tenants. They're 3 months behind on rent, which I've forgiven because they're family." Sarah's mother's face went white. Her father stammered. The ICE officers shook their heads in disgust. "Don't waste our time again," one said before leaving. Her parents tried to laugh it off. "Oh, what a misunderstanding. We were just being protective," her mother stammered nervously. "You can understand, right? We didn't know." Sarah just stared at me with her Disney